Yeah, I get asked all the time why I decided to why did I decide to rap like all of a sudden. The cool thing is like a lot of people don't know that much about me on the musical side of things. I've been doing music since I was about 15. I started producing music way back when Mario Paint on the Super Nintendo. For those of you who don't have that or remember that, Mario Paint had a music function. I started doing it then. There was the PlayStation Music Generator that really got me hooked, and I was actually making full-on beats. I had a Korg Triton Studio that my brother has it now, but it was a studio like a MIDI keyboard controller and a studio all in one. That was about high school. And probably by the time I was like a senior in high school, that's the one that I was using to really make music happen. And it was awesome because that's when I kind of went from just putting sounds together that sounded cool to being like an actual composer of music. And without any like specialized training. I never went to a music school. I was in band for a couple of years, but I played percussion, which is one of the reasons why I love making beats. I love rhythm. It was a natural fit, and so I've been making music ever since then. I'm 35 now, so it's been quite a while. It's a cool thing because I'm going from making music on those like little generator kind of things to making music by composing, actually, with a keyboard, actually playing all the notes, not relying on samples and loops and all that stuff was a great way that really built up my skills. I think a lot of artists can benefit from that, just getting like some sort of a MIDI controller of some kind and really, not just the whole drum pad thing, but the drum pad is really cool. I like the feel of it and all that, but MIDI controllers that have an actual keyboard is a great way to produce and kind of build up your musical knowledge, not in the technical sense, but just in what really sounds good together, what makes a lot of sense, putting sounds down, and so it's it's a really dope process. Now currently I use GarageBand. I don't have that studio keyboard anymore, like I was mentioning. My brother has that one, so he's still making music that way. But what I've learned how to do was kind of create. I took that basis of how I used to compose music, and I created my own sound. When I was producing before, I went by a different moniker, which was Deuce. But now, as I'm kind of in a different season, that's what the whole JL the Gifted was all about, was discovering that not only did I have some musical gift and musical talent that I've been given, but that I really had a passion for it, and I created my own sound by manipulating. And so that's more than just sampling and changing octaves and things like that. It's kind of more the old DJ piece, almost what they used to do, which is where you would really chop up what you have. You take pieces of sounds, you record random things, sound effects. I saw Andy Mineo do that, and that just reminded me of how it is to kind of look through those various sounds and things that you wonder, why do they fill up all the equipment with these random sounds and clankings and jinglings and weird things that don't make any sense. And it's like, those are the sounds for those people that manipulate. That's a different type of a producer, and that's what I've kind of become, was a little bit more of a manipulator in the sense I kind of put two and two together to get my own sound by doing that, where a lot of the sounds you don't even know where they even came from. And with using GarageBand, there's so many loops and sounds and things like that in there, and I basically have figured out a way to really take those. Reversing stuff is huge for me. Reversing, changing octaves, getting just a piece of a wave somewhere. Like I'll get like a random part of it, purposely get sounds that I don't like, and I'll put them together. Just bending things, doubling sounds, layering stuff, really making it sound very different. And although my current style, I have a lot less changes in my music in terms of segmenting, like having a verse sound, a chorus sound, a change sound, a bridge, whatever. I kind of stepped away from doing all the different components because now that I actually rap more often and put down actual tracks and stuff like that, I'm trying to make less songs and more raps with rhyme schemes, which is why a lot of times there's so many words and so many different things in there. That's kind of my element. It's one of those things where I have a lot to say, so I want to make the beat really dope, but also able to be able to showcase that I have a lyrical ability as well. So I do both of those things. So I encourage you guys, hey, get out there, produce some stuff, make some sounds, figure it out. We need more musicians that aren't stereotypical musicians. We need people that are just like, hey, I just wanted to try this out. When you look at a lot of the electronica sounds and a lot of the different stuff like that, that's digital European type of sounds that normally would be at raves and normally would be at those type of underground type of situations. It's really cool to dabble in those sounds and turn those into like a hip hop formula of some kind that's off the wall, and that's kind of how I do things with JL the Gifted. The way that I produce, the way that I write, all those different things. I'm taking elements and pieces of artists and pieces of sounds that I both like and don't like in order to make something that people might enjoy, might want to listen to. And so the cool thing is, with all of that, now we have ways to put music out and just get a couple people listening and, put a little bit more ingredients into the water out there and get people to expand, really, really expand what it is that they're listening to and who they're listening to, because there's a lot more talent out there than just the regular people that hit the radio. There's a lot more depth in the lyrics and in the art itself. Next time I'll probably show a little bit of how I actually produce, not giving away all my secrets and everything, and but just more of an instructional thing, see how the pieces kind of flow together, see what some of the beats sound like without lyrics. A lot of times instrumentals, you can make some really dope instrumentals, get people to vibe off of those, and for me it's a lot more fun to end up just rapping to them, because a lot of times it's it has a abstract type of setting to it, and so it ends up coming out dope with some lyrics on top. So stay tuned. I'm gonna be making more videos and start kind of getting stuff out there, so you guys can kind of dive into JL the Gifted a little bit more. All right, thanks, peace.